Max Wardell, overheadathletics.com. Doctor of Physical Therapy student and strength and conditioning coach, and I'm going to demonstrate some ways that you guys can actually use a baseball to do some isometric exercises with the athletes that are in your therapy clinic, or if you are an athlete and you are progressing off of an elbow surgery, ulnar nerve transposition, Tommy John surgery, you have to make sure you're implementing these at the right time. They can't be implemented too early. But if you've been cleared to do gripping style exercises, these are fine for you. We got us just a baseball here. There's a lot of variations we can use. We're going to show you one on the wall as well as some just with grip strength that you're going to use in your hands here. The first variation that I like to do is just a ball squeeze. Pretty simple. You can hold this for varied amounts of times. 15 seconds 4 times, a minute a couple times, you're squeezing the ball. Then I like to go in various pitch grips. So you can go in your changeup grip, do another isometric squeeze. Then you can go in your fastball grip. You can go in your sinker grip, curveball grip, and you're working on squeezing the ball. From there, I can actually do other exercises where I work on what we call adduction of the fingers. I can take the ball between my pinky and my pointer finger and squeeze them together, and I can try to squeeze them when they're more extended this way or when they're more flexed. I can also take my other hand and I can try to do a wrist curl. You want to make sure if you've had any flexor avulsion or any sort of Tommy John surgery, UCL reconstruction, that you're not actually pushing into valgus, which is where I would push my hands together here. You want to make sure that it's more of a wrist curl. So I can actually hold the isometric this way, and I'm doing an isometric into my hand. The baseball is great for baseball players because, and you can use a softball for softball players as well, because it feels more like something they like to do, and you're gonna feel like you've accomplished more towards your sport if you're using something that you use in your sport. So we love to implement things that they can use with bats and balls as early as possible when we're in the rehabilitation process. So I'll show you that one like this. I got my thumb here. I'm trying to curl down this way. I'm not pushing my elbows together. I'm curling down, and I'll hold this for 60 seconds. If this arm's getting tired, I can put it up against the ledge here, and I can curl down into that. Then I want to do the same thing, which I'll show you here on the wall, into extension. So I'm here, I'm actually pushing this way. So I'm pushing into extension, pushing into extension. I'm not doing it with my shoulder, I'm doing it with my wrist only. So one way I can make sure that I'm not doing it with my shoulder is I'm not letting my elbow come up and forward. I'm trying to pull back and down a little bit with my forearm. Like I said earlier, you want to make sure you're cleared by your physician to do exercise, to do forearm strengthening grip exercises. From there, I can actually come, and hopefully you guys can see from there, but I'm going to give you an angle from here as well, that I'm doing this into the wall. This one's extremely important. I want to hold it for 60 seconds when I do this. I'm holding my pitching grips. I can do it with a curveball. This one's great to do with a curveball grip. And I'm doing what's called ulnar deviation. This is very, very important for pitching. We have a muscle called the flexor carpi ulnaris, which is a large muscle that runs up the side of our forearm here, and it's actually a huge muscle. And it's extremely powerful and important, and it has attachments to both the humerus and the ulna, which is the same thing that the ulnar collateral ligament attaches to, so it's a dynamic stabilizer as we go into valgus stress. The same thing with our pronator muscle. So now we've done this. Now we're going to attempt to turn. So I want to turn my wrist this way. What I'm going to do with this other hand is I'm going to try to roll the ball that way, but I'm not going to let myself do it. So I'm pushing to roll this way on the wall, and my other hand is up here, not letting it go. I'm going to push against myself, keep holding. And like I said, I want to do anywhere from 15 seconds to a minute as I progress. You don't want to overload it too much, but isometrics are very valuable, especially in the early rehabilitation process. They're also valuable later on, and we're going to go into some advanced isometrics for people who aren't injured in one of our future videos. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that.